Well, I have to start off this episode by apologizing. I've been pretty bad at uploading lately, and there's been some reasons for that. But if you love me to death, why don't you go ahead and leave a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. But guys, as I mentioned, I do apologize. It's been quite a while since I've uploaded. Last week I got sick, and then this past weekend we decided to go back to our house in Alabama, and I forgot to schedule videos. I had uploaded them, just forgot to schedule them. So very nice job by me. And we've got to also discuss, hey, FM23 is right around the corner. Like literally, they tweeted out today a GIF of like a loading screen. Like, hey, it's coming out soon. And as you can see, we got a lot of matches still left to go. So what I'm thinking about doing is, if we keep on the road that we're going right now, we're playing 5 matches in each episode. We're going to be playing this is still going to have a couple more episodes, and I don't want to do that. I really don't want to be recording when FM23 the beta comes out. So we're going to try to expedite it just a little bit. And what I mean by that is we're kind of going to go back to like what we was doing when we was playing 10 matches, but just a little bit different. I'm going to try playing even more than that. It's going to be a long episode. It's going to be a long one. I do apologize for that. But we're not going to see all the matches. We're not going to see all the matches like we usually do. We're going to cut it up. We're going to see matches that we have the full match, like what we're doing now. We're going to have matches where we just see goals, and then we're going to have matches where we really don't see anything but the result. And I think that's the best way to go forward. That way, when FM23 comes out, I can solely focus on that. But what's the plan for today's episode? Well, I've got it kind of planned down to Rota. I can't really do much past that because, you know, Champions League stuff, we've qualified for the next round. And I don't want to make plans past that. So what we're going to do right now, this is the plan. So we're going to play all the way down to Rota. Okay, we're obviously going to highlight Anderlecht. We're going to highlight both of the Champions League matchups. What else did I write down? We're going to highlight the PSV Eindhoven match as well. And then I got my little whiteboard here that I'm writing down on. We're going to see the end matches of a couple here. We're not going to see any of the Go-Ahead Eagles. We're not going to see any of the NEC matches. The Zwolle match, we're not going to see that one as well. And Rota as well. The rest of them, Alkmaar, Heracles, and Walwick, we're going to see the goals for those matches. And yeah, it's just really to expedite it. And what I mean by we're not going to see any of it, we're going to see the end result. The first matchup of the episode was, in fact, the match that I didn't show on screen, and it was a 4-0 thumping over the Go-Ahead Eagles. Miles gets a goal, Sammy gets a goal, and Cardenas finishes it up with a brace. It's definitely kind of weird because now that we've qualified for the next round of the Champions League, I've actually rotated the side for a Champions League match, kind of unlike what we usually do, and I'm hoping that it works out for us. Lady's not exactly happy with me either, so giving him the start today, it's a bit of a risk. I mean, this one right here has not had a lot of action, and I don't know, it's not good, but it's not bad either. I'm not sure how I feel about it. Maybe this is our time we get a goal. Sammy on the ball. Plays it out to Castro. Miles plays it in, looking for Sammy. Falling, gets his head on it for his 4th of the season. Sammy on the assist, 1-0. I've really liked Thomas Falling. You know, I was kind of wondering about how he would do it right wing this season, and he's been fantastic. I mean, hey, how about 2-0 really quickly? We got to win the ball back. Gronseth clears it. But Anderlecht maintain possession here. Maybe just okay. I thought there was a moment where we was out of danger. Turns out we wasn't. I think I'm going to turn the tempo up a little bit. I'm not liking this match. Not liking it. Not liking it a lot. Nope. I made a change at halftime that I didn't discuss. We brought Valentine in at left back. Now he's not a left back by any means, but he has a strong left foot. He likes playing out wide. And is a very attacking player, and we're down 2-1, so I think it might be a good decision. And I'm also leaning on taking out Cardenas for Rybicki. He's just been bad. I don't know, it's definitely got a different feel than the last match I played, but this is an opportunity for us to get level. Rybicki. Why did I think he was going to score? I like this free kick. This might be our opportunity. No, it's not. It's not. I've got that vibe that we're not winning this match at this point. I thought Sammy was going to get a shot off. Okay. Everybody's just getting deflections. I know he scored the goal earlier, but he's getting a little bit tired. I'm leaning taking Falling out, but also Sammy's not been good. But then again, I've also played Falling at left back, so my backup left wing player's not there. So we're going to roll with what I thought originally. Falling coming off. Choi on. Time's running out, guys. I don't think we're going to get it done. Pause is on the ball. Unless we create something here. Choi, Owen, Miles takes the shot, finds the back of the net. If it stands, it's level again. Ugh. Well, that sucks. So FM23 just literally released, so we're going to change up this episode. This is probably going to be a very long episode, but what we're going to do is the big matches, we'll see the full matches. The rest of them, we'll probably just see the end of match. And we end up beating Alkmaar 3-1. Mr. Fun getting a goal, Choi gets a goal, and Valentine as well. We've got some more matches that we've played. NAC was the first one. We beat them 1-0 in the league. Then we're going to show the goals for this match. We had our final Champions League group stage match, which we end up winning 2-0, all on the back of Choi. Getting that brace today in the first one. Mr. Fun playing it into him, and there he is with the finish. The second one, out wide here, and he plays it into pause. Choi gets a touch here, takes the shot from distance for the brace. That's going to be tough. We dominate a top-of-the-table clash against Eindhoven 3-0. Gronseth gets a started first one. Choi plays it to Cardenas for the second one. And then the third one, can't remember who the third one is. I don't remember. Choi plays it into Miles, and he makes it 3-0. We move on to the third round of the Dutch Cup by beating Hercules 2-0 with Rubitsky and Paz getting goals in this one. And we need to find out who we're playing in the third round of the Dutch Cup. So let's just go ahead and hit for all teams. No suspense. We're going up against Fortuna Sittard. Quite a few matches that we've got to go over. I believe we last left off against the Warwick when we won this one 3-2. Castro, Mr. Fun, Falling, getting goals. Which is Wale, we win 5-0 here. Lohero gets a goal. Sammy gets a brace. Cardenas gets a goal. And Miles gets in there in the action as well. Rhoda 5-1. Owen gets a goal. Valentine gets a goal. Cardenas gets a brace. And Sammy gets a goal as well. And honestly, another disappointing run in the Dutch Cup. We get knocked out in the third round this year. Fortuna Sittard in the division below us beats us 3-1. Unfortunately, we draw against Feyenoord 2-2. We bounce back, though, against Ajax with a 2-0 victory here where we was absolutely dominant. And, Cardenas gets the first goal for us. Looking at the match stats, you can just see 28 shots compared to their 2. Pure domination in the second one. Cardenas there as well with the brace for this match. Trying to get back on our winning ways in this next run of matches against Groningen 2-0. We get a brace from Cardenas. 5-0 against NAC with Cardenas getting a hat trick in this one. Sammy getting a goal and Rubitsky as well. Alkmaar 3-0 thumping. Sammy with a brace, Rubitsky with a goal as well. On to the next one, which is Real Madrid, which is in the Champions League. First knockout round, I think, something like that. A 3-0 victory in the Champions League first knockout round against Real Madrid. It's been a fantastic start to the Champions League first knockout round. We beat Real Madrid 3-0. Miles, Cardenas, Choi all getting goals. Let's take a look at them. Up first, we have Miles. The second one, I believe, was Cardenas. And the third and final one is Choi getting in on the action as well. After that, we end up beating Utrecht 2-0. Rubitsky and Cardenas get a goal. Eindhoven 2-1. This was another top-of-the-table clash. Rubitsky, Cardenas score in this one. 2-0 over Hercules. Choi and Cardenas. Once again, Cardenas is in fantastic form at the end of this season right now. And then the second leg of that first knockout round sees us moving on with a 3-2 victory. The first one is a Cardenas goal. He's been so good, like I said, of late. Just keeps working and gets it here. I believe this one's Sammy. It is Sammy. Then Real Madrid get one back from a corner kick. Olvesen scores, former NAC Breda player. And then we get into the second half Choi. And I believe this one is the final goal of the match. It was a Real Madrid one. We have a couple of draws that we have to go over. The quarterfinal and semifinal of the Champions League. Dear God, just don't give us the hardest team out there. Okay, it's our turn. I'm a bit scared of this one because I don't like what's out there. Okay. Ooh. Yeah, that's not good. If we somehow get past Man United and we get Benfica or Salzburg, we've honestly ran into some bad form since that matchup against Real Madrid. We do beat Almere City 2-0 with Choi and Sammy getting goals. Then we lose to our derby, William here, 1-0. Unfortunate there. Vitesse also beat us 2-3 with Cardenas getting a brace. But hey, we did bounce back in the Champions League quarterfinal first leg against Man United with a 2-0 victory. Choi and Cardenas getting goals. I want to take a look at the match and show utterly dominated it. And then we got to take a look at it, actually the goals now. The first one here is it's a Choi goal, and it's honestly just good defensive work that he gets it. Puts it in the back of the net for 1-0. Second is a penalty to Cardenas. He puts it in the back of the net. 2-0 victory, 2-0 aggregate going into the second match. We just finished a league match against Go Ahead Eagles, which we win 4-0. Cardenas gets a brace. Sammy and Rubitsky also scoring. But yeah, as good as we looked against Man City in the first match, not Man City, Man United, do apologize. We looked equally as bad in this next one. Losing this match 4-0, so our Champions League run is over in the quarterfinal, which is disappointing. And what I think I'm going to do is, I think I'm actually going to go on holiday and just go through these last 4 matches to see how the season ends. Come back with the end of the season review, and yeah, that's going to be the end of the save. It wasn't great over our last 4 matches, but you know what? We did enough to win our 3rd straight Eredivisie with 88 points on the season. And guys, that is the end of the rise of a giant. I know this last episode was a little bit crazy, but because I want to focus solely on FM23, that's why we did it this way. And I know the episode came out a little bit later than planned, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. Hopefully you enjoyed the save. I enjoyed it a lot. I really enjoyed NAC. To the point where we bought a kit this season. And yeah, definitely going to pay attention to him. So we won, I believe, 5 Eredivises with him. Could be wrong on that. Yeah, it looks like we won 5. We won 1 in 2026, 2027, 29, 32, and 33. Also, we added 2 Dutch Cups to the trophy cabinet. So that was fantastic, guys. But you know, we have to take a look at some of these former players. Up for first, we got Nestor. He's still playing at Tottenham. I think that's who we sold him to. It was, and he's fantastic. Looking at his ratings over the past couple of seasons, he was a great player, and unfortunately, we only had him for 2 seasons, and he only played, I guess, 1 full season. I would have loved to have him a little bit longer. Stan right here, he was the start of, hey, we've got a shit ton of money. Sold this man for a massive profit. We brought him in for 4.7, sold him to Lille for 117 mil, where he's been killing it in Ligue 1. Gronvik was another player that I wish we could have hung on to a little bit longer. He's at Everton right now, and they paid 71 mil for him, and he's another one of these players that's came through the NAC youth system that was fantastic. Villagrán is still at Barcelona. This was another guy, like I wish we could have hung on to him just a little bit longer. Playing at Torino now at the age of 31. He kind of bounced around a little bit, I believe, didn't he? Nope. Well, we sold him to Salzburg, and they sold him to Torino. And he's been killing it. Stephen Lee made the move to Ajax that we discussed earlier on this season. Delgado is actually finally getting some playing time. After he left the club, he went through a couple of seasons with not playing at all for Almeria. And now that he's playing in the 2nd division of Spanish football, putting out some good ratings. It's not looking good for Mike Snow. He's at Genk right now, and he's asked to be transfer listed. For lack of playing time, he only played in 10 matches this season, which is disappointing because I thoroughly enjoyed Mike Snow. And yeah, I hate to see it end for him that way. Kind of weird that this didn't pop up immediately. I actually had to go through the email to get it. And there's our 2 trophies that we added to the cabinet this year. Eredivisie and the Johan Cruyff thing, the Schau. So it was a good season. It was. Obviously, the Dutch Cup run was a little bit disappointing. Thought we was decent in the Champions League as well. So not a bad season. We really didn't bring in too many new guys, but the guys that we did bring in was big signings and for a lot of money. Gronset, the board did not like this one. C-. I thought he was a good player. Came in for 35 starts, 7.54 average rating. Ackerfold comes in, 7.51 average rating, 30 mil. I'm not 100% sure why they like this one so much more than the Gronset one. Falling looks to be our signing of the season. Came in for 2.5, 13 starts, 7.38 average rating. Valentine comes in. This would have been a guy that I would have really enjoyed to see what he would have done as the stave continued. Did earn a B plus from the board. We go up in sponsorship. Broadcast revenue goes down big time. Corporate and hospitality goes up. Competition prize money down. And match day commercial and retail goes down as well. Top selling kits this season was Cardenas, Miles, Sammy, Lohero, and Choi. And this is how we lined up, and I agree with that. Once again, Cardenas racks up on the club awards. He gets Fans Player of the Season, Young Player of the Season, Goal of the Season, Top Goal Scorer, Most Player of the Match awards, and Highest Average Rating. The only things he didn't win was Most Assist. That goes to Tom Miles, and Signing of the Season, which goes to Fall. He also broke most overall goals by a player in a season with 46 goals this season. Most league goals by a player in a season with 37. Tejan, most shutouts by a player in a season. Cardenas also gets most player of the match awards in a season. Worst discipline goes to Gronza, 13 cards and 1 red card. And Lohero also wins Dutch Young Player of the Season. I've got to see one more thing, and I really haven't looked at it. I was just clicking around. I want to see if, what's that guy that was always on the right wing? Kestens. I want to see if Kestens is still in our best overall 11. Yeah, that's not the one I thought it was. Where's that email? Why haven't I got that email? Unless I'm blind, like, I just don't see that email. I thought it was this one. But apparently not. That's very disappointing. We want to take a look, though, at the records. I would like to see if we had any major ones. We mentioned Cardenas having a couple of them, so you can see the most overall goals by a player in a season. He's there with 46 of those. Also, most league goals by a player with 37. And Gronvik has the highest average rating from ever, which is awesome. I really liked Gronvik. I hated that we sold him. Mike Snow was the youngest player that we ever played with 15. He was 15 years old. Wow. Most goals by a player in a match. This one's kind of funny. It was Rubitsky. I remember this match. And it's also in a league match as well. Cardenas with most player of the match awards in a season. Youngest goal scorer, also Mike Snow, when he's 16 years old. I know this one was kind of an odd episode, and I do apologize for that. But I'm just really looking forward to FM23. Can't wait to get on it and start up a new save. If you enjoyed this episode, leave a thumbs up, subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave a comment down below. And as always, my dudes, thank you for watching.